And on this Thursday, August 28th, 2025 edition of Newsmakers, Minneapolis is in mourning today after a deadly shooting at a Catholic school took the lives of 2 children. NBC's Jay Gray reports 17 other people were wounded yesterday when the shooter opened fire during Mass at the Annunciation Catholic Church.
Now we know that of those injured, only a handful remain in the hospital right now, and all expected to make full physical recoveries.
14 of the wounded are children. The others are church parishioners in their 80s. Police have identified the shooter as 23-year-old Robin Westman, who died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Gray reports that investigators are sifting through evidence, looking for answers.
We know at this point that investigators not ready to declare any motive in this case. That's something they continue to work toward in what's expected to be a long, very detailed investigation.
Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara says Westman legally purchased the weapons, had no known criminal history, and acted alone. Officials said today that Westman was a former student at Annunciation Catholic School. Mary Grace Westman, Robin's mother, worked for the parish before retiring in 2021. FBI Director Kash Patel said on X that the attack was an act of domestic terrorism motivated by hate-filled ideology, citing the shooter's statements against multiple religions and calls for violence against President Donald Trump. Federal officials referred to Westman as transgender. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz today sent state law enforcement officers to schools and churches in Minneapolis, saying no child should go to school worried about losing a classmate or gunshots erupting during prayer. Israeli and U.S. officials met yesterday in Washington, D.C. to discuss post-war Gaza, even as Israel's military called the evacuation of Gaza City inevitable ahead of a new offensive and no sign of ceasefire in sight. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar at the State Department, with both countries saying they discussed cooperation on Iran, ending the war in Gaza, the situations in Lebanon and Syria, and next month's session of the UN General Assembly, at which the Israeli-Hamas conflict is likely to be a hot topic. The State Department said Rubio reaffirmed America's unwavering commitment to Israel's security. House Republicans are investigating Wikipedia for bias. The House Oversight and Government Reform Committee announced yesterday it's looking for information from Wikipedia CEO Mariana Iskander over accusations the Internet Encyclopedia organizes efforts to inject bias into entries. Specifically, the committee says is looking at foreign actors and individuals at academic institutions subsidized by U.S. taxpayers trying to influence U.S. public opinion. Committee Chair James Comer is alleging Wikipedia has launched a campaign to advance anti-Semitic and anti-Israel information. And that's Newsmakers for this Thursday, August 28th, 2025 edition. I'm Keith Black.